Hey you guys, it's Amy Gretchen. Welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to do a walkthrough of my December daily album. And first off, I just wanted to let you guys know that I appreciate all of your support in terms of having some technical issues with my computer and not having all of the videos up on my YouTube channel in the way that I would like them. I do apologize for that, but I really, again, I appreciate you guys understanding. For this last video for 2021 December daily album, I'm just going to do a walkthrough, and this is going to be me talking through it, so it might just be a little bit longer. But first I wanted to show you my album. So I've had a lot of questions about this. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it is the size of a card, a greeting card that you would get in the mail. It's a 1/4 of an 8 1/2 by 11, and I have to tell you guys, I love this size. I will definitely be doing this size again for either this project next year or maybe some other projects down the line. It was definitely a lot of fun to play with this. One thing that I would like to get for this is larger rings. These are 2 inches. I think I could use 2 1/2 inches. Those would actually be perfect for this because you can see they're kind of, my album is rather thick, so I think 2 1/2 would be perfect for this, which is great because then I can use that going forward with other projects. So first off, this is an album that I created. This is an acrylic album that I created using the Glowforge. I have a video showing you my process of creating this. I actually used this or created this at my library and used the Glowforge that my library has. So definitely check your area to see if there are options like that available to you. I also did several numbers along the way, and you will see that I have wood numbers that I also did, and then a couple acrylic numbers as well. This first sheet is a weave that I created. You can see how I created this in a class, in the Back to Basics class. I think it was on December 5th was when my class went live, and it was a lot of fun. And here is the back side of that weave. You can see that I wove in with words, which you could really do with anything. I wanted to do it with a photo as well, but I never ended up actually doing it in this album, but I might have to do it in another project. And then here is a card that I created using Paisley Press. This was something that I printed and then did the foil detail using the foil quill. So if you had this card already printed, you could actually just create this yourself, create some of these details and add the details yourself using the foil quill. Let me just set this down, get a little bit closer. So for day 1, it was all about finding our tree, and I created this hole here in the vellum because I really wanted to highlight my girls, but of course you can just flip the page and see the whole thing. And then I have some journaling using the foil quill with that. For day 3, it was about decorating, and I definitely wanted to try and get as much with my daughter Tess as possible because she was leaving actually the very beginning of December. She left for Chile, so we were trying to do a lot of Christmas activities. This actually happened the weekend of Thanksgiving, so it was actually in November, but I definitely wanted to put it in my album because it was holiday related. So I pick and choose what stories I want to put in this album. It doesn't always have to happen in the month of December, though I try to do that, but often at the very beginning. Some of these stories end up in November, like these first 2. And then for day 3, this was a fun interactive piece that I created. This is asking the question, what do you look forward to the most in December? And then I had everyone in our family answer the question, and luckily they were just 1 and 2 word answers, so they would easily fit in this. Then on the back side of that is day 4. I created this detail using a stencil from Simon Says Stamp. And just so you guys are aware, if you want to have any details about any of the things I've created, I think up to day 7 and 8, I will have videos for those right now, and hopefully have videos for the others coming up once I can figure out my computer. So here is day 4. This is just the last night with my daughter before she ended up leaving for Chile. She's going to be gone for 18, or I guess 16 months. So now it's 15 months, which is exciting. She's already been gone for 4 weeks. And then day 5 is just a story about when I said goodbye to her at the airport, which is where this photo was taken. Hats off to my husband for capturing that moment focused. And then here is a word detail. I don't know if you can see it very well, but the letters are folded down to create the entire letter there. So if you're interested in that, I actually do have a file for sale on Etsy. I will have linked below that you can check out. Then for day 6, it is a wish list, just a list of things that I would like to happen during the month of December. I will tell you, I put relaxing massage on there, and I did get a massage for Christmas. I haven't got the massage yet, but I can schedule it, and so I'm pretty excited about that. For day 7, I created this shaker pocket, which was a lot of fun, being able to play with my fuse tool again to make this pocket. And the story was all about my daughter and her. She played in the orchestra, and it was a lot of fun to be able to see her. It wasn't in person, but we were able to do it via online, which is so nice. Then for day 8, it's just a bunch of December stories that I use that I used with this digital file from Ali Edwards. And these photos pop up, and you've got the journaling down below. For day 9, it's all about a snowstorm, the first one of the season, which is always so fun to document. For day 10, maybe I will lift this up a little bit so you can see. This is a photo of my daughter. I think it was a snow day, and so well, it technically wasn't a snow day. That's what the journaling's about, is that she took it as a snow day. So that is a little bit about what this story is about with her for day 10. And then I just added that to a star transparency. For day 11, I went ahead and used the same pocket, and this is a story about a house that we are most likely going to be moving into in the spring. So we are excited about that, just fixing it up at the moment. And then day 12, it is about just making sure to focus on Christ during this season, because I am a Christian and that is what Christmas is all about for us. So I did something similar that I did for day 1. I took this vellum and cut a circle out. You can see that I created this cross stitch, and let me lift this up a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. This was a pattern that I found on Etsy. I will link it below if you're interested, and I kind of modified it a little bit. It actually fit really well, but it does finish the barn, and it has a couple sheep that I wasn't able to fit on here. And then I did add a few snowflakes myself. But other than that, I kept true. Well, I did change the color, some of the colors, but other than that, I did stick true. And I cannot believe how well it fit. I did not realize how close this would be to Joseph, and I probably should have punched holes. No, I didn't even know where this was going to land for the snowflake. So it just was very serendipitous that this worked out. I have a quote that I got. This is from The Realms of Glory. This is a Christmas Carol. And then just have the story there about, stopping and pausing and remembering why I celebrate Christmas. So for day 13, this was something I lifted or scrap lifted from Kathy Zilski. This was a design that she did of loving and not loving. So you can kind of see right here where it says not loving. It's funny, that was a sticker that said note, and I just cut off the E so I could use it for not. And then I just did 5 things that I was loving and 5 things that I was not loving right now. And then in the middle is a felt number 13 that I just stitched onto a transparency that I created using the foil quill. And I did cut this out using the Cricut, and it cut out so nice. So for day 12, I actually think I'm going to fix this. So for day 12, I used a stamp, and it stamped off really good, but now it's really faded. And I remember right after I did it and punched the holes and stuck it in, I thought I really should have done it with Versamark ink and then put some clear embossing on it just so it would stand out more. And I think I'm going to do that. I think I will redo this page because you can hardly see the stamping at all. It's kind of faded into the background. So I used this Calm and Bright that came with the 2021 December daily products. And then I did a half circle of this photo of me in right by my tree, just doing a little bit of journaling. I really love the quiet mornings during the holiday season. And then on the back side, this is, I think, as close to a full page spread or photo that I did. This is another beautiful winter snowstorm. I think we got about 12 inches, maybe a little bit more. And so I wanted it to be this full size picture. I have a little bit of journaling on the back of this tag. This tag was made using Paisley Press, a digital file there. And this winter came from Ali Edwards' Stories by the Month kit. It was the digital Stories by the Month kit. And I used the foil quill to put it down in silver. Then for day 16, I just cut up some wrapping paper, and it's very easy. Just the wrapping paper, the number, and it says today we wrap. This is also from the digital file, from the same digital file as these tags from Paisley Press. For day 17, this was all about a call that I did with some friends. I'm sure you can notice some of these friendly faces. I used this was a card that I used, and I ended up cutting up so that I could pop them up so it had a little bit of dimension. I really love how this one turned out. For day 18, it's all about my wedding anniversary. So we were celebrating 25 years. So my wedding anniversary is on a Sunday. It was on the 19th, but we celebrated it on the 18th because we don't like to go out on Sundays. And so we ended up just celebrating on the 18th, and we had like a family party on the 19th and stuff like that. So we just went ahead and celebrated it on the day before. So that is day 18. On the back side of day 19 is a story of my daughter, and I will just leave it at that, but it is a little story about her, and I love that she was opening her Advent for the day, so this makes the number 19 for the day. This heart page protector is actually a stencil from Simon Says Stamp that I used with some Nouveau Mousse, I believe it was. On the back side of that is a photo of my daughter, and you can kind of see us right there. This was a Zoom call with her, and this is all about how much I love Mondays because, and I love this actually came from Ali Edwards, the story kit that just came out. It's like a delight. It was the Delight story kit. I loved this quote, and so I really want it to stand out because Mondays are definitely my favorite days because it's the day that I get to chat with my daughter. Of course, I always just love Mondays anyway, but I thought that that would be a fun take on that. So then I just have a story about that. I originally just had this plain transparency, but when it was sitting on top of the whatever you call this, the type, the story, it just, you lost it. So then I put this frosted transparency behind it, and they stick really well together. And then I'm able to see the text through it, but then I can also see the quote really well. So I love how that turned out. So for day 21, this is just a card that I made bigger, and it is a list. So it's the last minute to-do list of the things I needed to do like a couple of days right before Christmas. I thought that that would be really fun to document. And then I have this little tag. I don't know if you guys remember this tag. There is a large one that I believe was a 3x8 or maybe a 4x8. So I just shrunk it down. And then I did watching, celebrating, baking, hoping, remembering, and on the back side, savoring, trying my best, giving, listening, and finding magic. I was definitely inspired by Ali Edwards. She did something similar, I think, at the very beginning of her album. And I did leave some spots. Let me lift this up so you can see. I did leave some spots available that I opened up for some embellishments. Then for day 23, this is our Christmas card this year. So I wanted to add it to the album, but I wasn't sure how I was going to do it. So I was thinking that I might add it just like this, but then I decided to put it in this pocket. So this pocket here that I'm using actually came with the cards. I got my cards from Minted and it came with this beautiful pocket. I actually had to cut it down so it would fit into the album. And then I just cut down our card so that I can come back and I can see actually what our card looks like this year. And then here is the backside with some more photos and then the journaling. So I actually was able to cut it so I didn't interfere with anyone's face or the journaling, and I didn't interfere with the photo on the front. So it worked out really well. And I like when I add it to the pocket here, you can see this Merry Christmas popping up. I thought that that was really cute. And then I do have a little bit of journaling about this because my Christmas cards were very late this year. I think most people got them after Christmas because FedEx had lost my package. So I didn't actually get my Christmas cards until the 23rd, and I sent them out that day. So I knew that they were going to get there late. So a little bit about that, the story there. And then on the back side, I just used this quote, "Dear Christmas, I love you, thank you, love me." I really love that. That was on one of the cards that I used that quote to cut out with vellum and then just stuck it on the back side there. And then to pair with it, I thought it would be fun to do a sticker bomb, some puffy stickers that were all Christmassy related. I wanted to add this somewhere in the album, so I'm happy to have done it there. On the back side is day 24, so really easy. I believe I got this design from Shannon Pages. She also did a similar size. I think we had the same size this year, but I saw this. I thought this was really simple, really beautiful, and exactly what I needed for day 24. So just a few pictures to kind of highlight some of the stuff that we did, and then just a list of the things that we did on the 24th. And then the last day is Christmas. I only really have one photo, and to be honest, I only took about 10 photos that entire day. Most of them were photos of my kids opening gifts and things like that, but really, I just enjoyed the holiday and enjoyed being with my family. And in fact, all of these pictures, I didn't take any of these pictures. These were from my sister-in-law. So I really just, the last couple of days, just kind of tried to enjoy and not try to document anything. But we did get a picture of all of us Christmas morning. And so that's what that photo is. And then I put this 25 on top of a transparency, I believe came from a kit from, I don't know, a couple of years ago, could have been last year, and then have the journaling from that day. And then just on the back side as a bonus, I wanted to stick this photo of my daughter who was not with us on Christmas morning, but we were able to call and talk with her for Christmas, and that was actually my most favorite gift, was being able to talk to her. So I wanted to make sure that story got in here. So anyway, guys, that is it for my 2021 album. Like I'm gonna say again, and probably a million other times, I loved this size. This was a really fun size. It felt very manageable. This is definitely the reason I was able to complete this album, because I felt like it was just so easy to add a photo and my journaling and a couple embellishments and get it done. I'm kind of excited to try this size again as well. So anyway, hopefully you guys were able to get some inspiration from this, because you could definitely take any of the things that I did and just make them bigger and use them in a bigger, even a smaller album. So if you guys have any questions about anything that you saw, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will definitely answer those questions for you. And again, thank you guys so much for being here and supporting my channel, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.